gerade nicht das Holz hinlegen hier auf die Dinger. Also, wo tue ich die Butter hin, das Holz hin? Ich gehe mal schnell. Ne, nicht da runter. Halt. Naja. Wie kriege ich jetzt das blöde Holz trocken? That would be a big mistake. I had nothing to throw in the lake. Ich habe gedacht, ich muss es vielleicht kühlen oder so. Wo kann ich das? Nachdem die Blumen so trocken waren, kann ich vielleicht das Holz hier auch trocknen. The cairn was the place I would go to cry. This time I left the wood to dry. Ah, siehst du? Genau. So, ist jetzt schon trocken? In the time the wood would dry, so I decided to say goodbye. Einfach mal rausgehen. Kann ich vielleicht wieder zurückgehen? Ist es schon fertig? The wood had dried, now it was bona fide. So, jetzt habe ich trockenes Holz. Jetzt lauf. Wenn es rennt, ist die Animation sehr abgehakt, aber Hauptsache es geht schnell. So, jetzt kann ich das Holz da unten rein tun. Ja, das anzünden. I let out a sigh that was meant for wood. Dry. Ja, das ist doch... Ah, ich muss es nur anklicken. Something was wrong, the smoke didn't leave. The chimney was broken, I was led to believe. Habe ich gesehen, dass da was fehlt. Oh. Rocks were scattered, the chimney had crumbled. Damn that storm, I mumbled. Na, räum's weg. Aber ich habe ja schon Steine. The stones I had found were just the right type. I started to mend the broken pipe. Ah, okay. Können wir jetzt wieder runtergehen. Ah, jetzt sieht's besser aus. So, dann brauchen wir etwas Salz. This must be salt, I was reasoning, and threw in a good pinch as seasoning. I squeezed the lemon from the garden, hoping it would make the cheese harden. So bestimmt ein bisschen rühren. The cheese was ready, I said out loud. This would have made Mother proud. Just as the chores were done for the day. Hey, Ruth! I heard a voice and a neigh. It was Erland, no doubt. I'm coming right out. The trail up here will someday be my death, Erland said, short out of breath. I'm glad you could make it, I had to admit. He looked at me with a frown. Have I ever let you down? So, you're wearing pants today. Very manly, I must say. At least I don't have an open fly, I said and looked him in the eye. He smiled and scratched his ear. How are things up here? I've had this strange feeling lately. I haven't been sleeping greatly. His mind seemed distant, like thoughts persistent. I hoped I wasn't giving him any displease, so I changed the subject to butter and cheese. Ah, about the dairy, he was looking wary. It's not as easy to sell as before. People are buying margarine at the store. Really? Margarine? Tasteless fat from a machine? Trust me, I'm just like you, up in arms. The townsfolk just won't buy from the farms. This put me in a squeeze. What about my mountain cheese? Well, as far as I can tell, the cheese is easier to sell, but it's not like before when customers ran down my door. Come see the changes, you'll be surprised for sure. They even have this thing called haute couture. I wouldn't feel comfortable around town. They'd probably see me as a farming clown. Erlen looked up, a slight change in tone. So you'll continue up here, all alone? Saying the words gave me a strange sensation. My parents built this, it's my obligation. They are looking for workers down at the dock. The money is good if you work the clock. Better than farming and digging the gravel. With the money we make, we could even travel. I can't part ways with this place. You should think it over, of course. I've already sold the horse. Oh. I looked at his face and said, please, can you help me sell my butter and cheese? I sell the cheese, but the butter you can toss. It'll be the scrawny villager's loss. Blöd. Oh. I woke up with a feeling strong that something was wrong. Chilly outside, a smell in the air. Something felt wrong, I swear. Mit den Kühen? Oh, a fear grew in me, a dark stir. Liquor was missing, I needed to find her. My pulse raced upwards steeply, but the cow was merely sleeping deeply. Also. Stammhimmel kann ich nicht angucken. The ocean mirrored the countless stars like tiny pinpoint memoirs. Ich muss sicher da hinten hingehen. Oh. I looked down, guess what I found? Lickes cowbell on the ground. Der leuchtet hier. A light seemed to radiate from the salty rock slate. It gave me a feeling I couldn't define. A chill went down my spine. Und jetzt? Also. felt my heartbeat in my chest. There was a strange light beyond that crest. Oh! Wo ist die Kuh im See? Liquor was stuck, she couldn't get out. My voice was weak, I tried to shout. I felt helpless, so much at stake. Liquor was trapped in the ice-cold lake. Was kann ich da tun? A metal pole used to use as a tether. The boat had sunk in stormy weather. Come here. I banged the bell with great tension. It seemed to work, it got her attention. This was working, I could tell. Liquor was hearing me banging the bell. A little more and she would make it ashore. Hallo Kuh. Cow saver. There, there, I said to us both. I'll always take care of you, that's my oath. After a sleepless night, I led the cows to graze. It felt good to feel the sun in my face. Today I had to clean out the manure. These were the things a farmer must endure. So, was mache ich jetzt mit der Butter eigentlich? Weiß ich nicht. Also eigentlich muss ich in den Stall. Oh, was ist los? Ah. Wie geil. Und sind die jetzt tagsüber da? The thunderous sound, the heat you can feel. Apparition so strange it could make you kneel. Was it a dream? No, it was real. Nicht meine Kühe. Ich brauche meine Kühe. Cows looked confused and scared, poor things. What was this terrible machine with wings? Hey, meine Kühe! They took my cows, lifted them through the air. My jaw dropped, my eyes 1,000-yard stare. Ihr Schweine! Suddenly the ship took off with a hiss. Hey, you're not getting away with this! The ship was maneuvering just beneath, my heart was pounding, I grit my teeth. If I'd jump, I'd need quite some speed, and I might time my leap perfectly to succeed. Bisschen Anlauf genommen. Bum, bum, bum. Ei. Halt dich fest. My head was hurting, truth to be told, but at least I'd found my foothold. Now that I hadn't died, I had to find my way inside. These won't budge, I said with a grudge. Ich habe immer wieder Pausen, weil ich huste, das schneide ich normalerweise raus. All were closed, no handles exposed. I could scratch and lift with all my might, but the hatch was sealed completely tight. There were some markings on the floor, but nothing that looked like a door. Muss bestimmt da hoch. The huge dome glistened in the sun. I looked for windows, but found none. For reasons undisclosed, every opening was closed. A wooden spoon would snap if pushed into such a narrow gap. Okay, that wouldn't do the trick. The gap was narrow, the butter too thick. I bit my lip. There was nowhere to put that on the ship. Ja. Butter muss ich keep it cool or melt to the pool. I didn't want to leave the butter on the floor. I decided to carry it around a bit more. Du hättest gern, dass die schmilzt. The ship was built by metal somehow. It sloped smoothly towards the bow. Was ist das da? Das sieht aus wie ein Fenster. Heißer Dampf. It was unlike any aeroplane I've seen. The propellers was a hovering machine. I couldn't walk out there. Hot steam was everywhere. Ist das für ein Ding hier? It was a strange looking panel with holes. There didn't seem to be any controls. There was no plan. I wasn't being clever, but maybe the spoon could be used as a lever? The spoon stuck out a bit, but otherwise it was a perfect fit. It seemed the lever was used to obstruct the steam coming from the duct. I bent down to investigate. It was a very hot metal plate. The butter went off from a thick, hard piece to a melted pool of grease. I could feel the heat from where I stood, like a furnace burning forests, not just wood. Also, gehen wir wieder hoch. Jetzt habe ich Flüssigbutter. Die jetzt hier mit so einem Hatch verwenden. Keine Ahnung, ob das irgendwas bringt. Maybe the melted butter would grease the edges of this this metal piece. The butter filled the edges and disappeared. That was my last chance, I feared. The hatch would still not budge. Maybe if I... Fudge! I had bruised my lip that was inside the ship. So, aber jetzt bin ich hier im Schiff drin. Jetzt muss ich mal für heute Schluss machen. Ich sage tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal. Axel oder auch der Videospieler. Und damit sind wir am Ende dieses Videos angelangt. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, ich habe noch jede Menge mehr Videos in meinem Kanal. Schaut rein, abonniert, unterstützt mich finanziell auf Patreon, würde mich freuen. Tschüss und vielen Dank.